Hey guys, this is Carrie from Tone Wars. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We're really excited to hang out with you and to have you be part of our community. If you like what you see here, here's a couple ways you can support the channel. We always appreciate super chats very much, but here's a couple other ways you can support the channel and get something in return other than just content. If the super chat feature doesn't work for you, or if you're watching after the live stream, Jarrod's PayPal account link is listed below. Any donation of any amount is greatly appreciated. Since the show is sponsored in part by Motor City Guitar, we've included an affiliate link below. By clicking the link below, everybody wins. You're getting a great deal on some awesome equipment, you're supporting a store that has tons of inventory and great customer service, and you're supporting Tone Wars. And on top of all of that, if you live outside of the state of Michigan, whenever you buy anything from Motor City Guitar, you don't pay any sales tax. And last but certainly not least, you can visit our website at tonewars.com. The link is below. There you will find some awesome KEMPER profile packs with the tone and feel guitar players love. You will also find presets for the very popular HELIX, HX Effects, HX Stomp, and Pod Go. Alright, the show's about to begin. We look forward to hanging out with you, so grab your favorite drink and join us in the live chat.
Welcome to Tone Wars. Well guys, the day has finally arrived. My Splawn Nitro just got here, and I got all the custom stuff on it that I wanted, from the HELIX to even the switches and everything. So I can't wait to open this thing up. I had to work today, so I had to wait till I got home before I could open it up. So I'm kind of on pins and needles right now. I feel like a kid before Christmas, you know what I mean? But before I get started, I just wanted to give a little bit of history as to why I bought this amplifier. As you may or may not know, a couple months ago, I actually did a review of this amplifier. And I went to Motor City Guitar, and Matt, the manager there, convinced me to take it home, and he assured me that I would like it. And I never played through one before, so I was like, well, I'm really curious myself as to whether or not I'd like it. And if you remember, like, this amp completely blew me away. I loved a lot of the characteristics that it had, the feel, the sound, the crushing tones I got out of it, the amazing, really thick but percussive pick attack that it had, and it just had an overall amazing sound about it. So I was like, I got to get one of these. I would love to add this to my collection, and I think it would look sweet on my shelves here. And you'll see why when I open it up, because I got some really cool custom options on it, and I think it looks really sweet. And Scott was kind enough to send me a picture of it before he sent me the amp, and I was like blown away at how cool it looked. So I think it's going to look amazing on one of my shelves here. I mean, I've had a lot of amps on the show, and I've liked most of them, but some of them were like, I just have to have this amp. It just sounds so cool and so unique, and it has a lot of great stuff going for it, and it freaking looks cool, so why not, right? So this is my very own Custom Splawn Nitro. It's got the B+ switch, and I picked the HELIX colors and the front grille and everything, and I can't wait to see what it looks like, what it smells like, and most of all, what it sounds like. So let's get started with the unboxing, and after that, we'll go ahead and put it through its paces. Okay, so here we go. The first cut. And I have to say, Scott was really cool to deal with. Very nice guy. Very accommodating, honest, you know, fair about everything. He had great attention to detail, very professional, and I've heard a lot of great things about him. Everybody's told me, like, he's a really cool guy, and you know what? They're right. He is. He's a really cool guy. It's so nice when you can call a company and order something, and you're talking to the actual master creator. You know what I mean? You're talking to Scott Splawn himself, the guy whose name is on the amplifier. You're talking to the guy who's actually going to build it for you. That's cool, and it's very rare. Most of the time when you call companies, you get somebody else, you know, that passes the information on to him. So this was really neat that I was able to talk to the man himself, and that really meant a lot. So that was a really nice bonus to the whole experience, you know. And we got packing peanuts Get your peanuts. Fresh peanuts. Okay, so got one little box here. This looks like it's going to be the pedal, I would assume. And I've had a long day today. I washed 32 very dirty trucks today, plus 5 vans, so it's been a long day. Oh, cool, the 4-button switch. I'll bring this up to the camera in a minute. And then the cables that are associated with it. Very cool. Put that right there. Put this aside. Now, for the amplifier. You guys think you're waiting a long time for this. I waited all day. Woo! Look at that. Boy, he really packs these things really nice, too. Alright, I gotta figure out how to get this thing out without knocking everything over here. There we go. Oh man, look at that. Dude, holy cow, that looks freaking amazing. And he boxed the tubes up so that when they ship, they don't get damaged. So that was a nice extra touch that he did. I remember he messaged me and said, I'll go ahead and box those up for you. So I'll protect them while they're shipped. And when you get it, just unbox them and then you're good to go. So that was a really nice touch. But look at the front of that. That's exactly how I wanted it. I wanted the purple racing stripes because I love purple. And man, this thing's just got a really nice look to it. Looks mean as hell, doesn't it? That front grille. Man, that just looks really classy. I love it. So here's the back. Flip it around for you. So you can see how he boxed up the tubes here. This thing is going to look amazing on the set. It looks like it was built for the room, right? Because I always have the purple lights on and stuff. So look at that. It matches perfectly. So, yes, this is awesome. Well, welcome home, Mr. Nitro. We are going to kick some ass tonight. So without further ado, let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Caught me drinking my drink here. Hey, thanks so much for joining me tonight. I very much appreciate it. It's kind of a special day for me. Yeah, I've been waiting for this for a while, and it was 100% worth the wait. It was awesome getting it yesterday. So the only thing that sucked yesterday is I had to go to work. I had to go to work and come home and do that unboxing at 2 a.m. before I hit the sack, so that was fun. Well, thanks for watching that so far. So tonight we're going to have a lot of fun. I have some special things planned for you. I'm going to do some mixes, some riffs. I'll answer questions, kick the tires, do all the fun stuff. And I talked to Scott Splawn today, and he wants to do a really fun giveaway. So stay tuned for that. So that's going to be fun. He's going to give away some swag for you guys, and hats and shirts. So I'll show you how you can get that in a little bit here. And then we're also going to, when I talked to him today, I said, hey, can you send me pictures of your shop? I think it would be cool for everybody to see like where these are built. Like, what's your shop like? I said, just shoot them today. They don't have to be anything special, just like real, you know? And he's like, oh yeah, I'll totally do that. And he sent me a ton of pictures. And I just think it's cool. For me anyways, I like watching those shows, like how it's made, and, you know, those craftsman type shows where they make things and stuff. And, you know, I just think it would be cool to share that with you guys and see like where your amps are made at, and, you know, just the whole thing. I think it would be just really cool to have a real look into the shop where all these beautiful pieces of equipment are made. So I thought that'd be nice. So we'll do that as well. But before we do that, we got 40 people here. Gosh, guys, it means a lot to me to see you here. Thank you so much. Super Gigawatt. I was going to say hi real quick, and then I'm going to play this thing. Trust me. Super Gigawatt says, is the Nitro Splawn's most high gain amp? I believe it is, yes. If it's not, boy, I'd like to see what else he has, but I think, I mean, this has got plenty of gain. If I think it does, then it does. You know what I mean? Because I'm a gainiac. So, yeah, it does have a lot of gain. This thing's very aggressive. It's just very articulate. It's an awesome amp. You'll hear that in a few. Vox Pathfinder, what's going on, man? He says he wants me to play all my amps into a 4x12 cabs outside on the deck. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Sometimes I'm tempted to do so. I live kind of out in the boonies, so it might happen. Jason Taylor, thank you so much for the super chat. He said, just a few Splawn fun bucks, just because, to kick the show off right. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that immensely. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Sean Casey, what's happening? Jeff Cornell, what's going on, buddy? Let's see here. Jason Lewis, is anything more metal than a Splawn? We will find out, sir. Thanks for being here. Brad Shimke, what's going on? You want me to hit a high C like Jim Gillette? I'll break the camera lens. I can't. Bobcat, what's going on? Christopher. Bradley Peel, hey, I haven't seen you in a bit, man. Good to see you here. Thanks for being here, man. I dig the purple. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. It's a nice amp. Thank you. JJ's House of Jams, Gunnerman 54, You Mofo, Acoustic, Aaron Short, what's going on, man? Costas Look, Warm Chord Music, what's up, Jay? And just want to make sure I say hello to everybody. Steve Shaheen, what's going on, man? All right. Joe Martinez, what's happening, man? What's happening? Let's see here. You're asking what do I do for work? I own a pressure washing business, and I work my full rear end off. That's where I was last night. Washing trucks, got home, and it was at 2 a.m. when I unboxed this thing. So that was fun. Must be the coolest looking amp you have, Steve says. Thank you. Yeah, dude, I have to put this in a place where everyone can see it every time. This thing, seriously, like on camera is one thing, but to see it in person is incredible. And the tubes were so beautiful, lit up like that. I had to post those for you guys to see in the community section. I mean, those tubes, they're huge. They're like milk bottles, man. They're huge, and they look amazing. So yeah, it's definitely a really nice looking amplifier. Scott did a great job on it. Bobcat got that MIDI cable and everything working. Oh, sweet, man. I'm glad you got it working. That's awesome. MIDI can be a pain, but once you get it working, it's awesome. It's one of the best things. So what's the price of a standard Nitro? I think it's around, now don't quote me. I'm going to say around two grand, you know, somewhere around there. And it's a 2-channel amp, and I'm telling you, these are worth it because they're built by a guy who loves what he does, and we'll go over that in a little bit here. And Scott Splawn is an amazing dude, really cool guy, very easy to work with, very respectful, very professional. So absolutely do it. Did I buy it direct from Splawn? Yes. Yeah, I wanted to go custom, and I wanted to call Scott. I was so excited, I was like, I got to call this guy after I reviewed the one from Motor City, and I was like, I wanted my own, you know what I mean? I wanted my own with all my own stuff, and I had a conversation with Scott, and ordered it right there. You know, I went on his website after the phone call and filled out everything, and I just, man, it's been great. So, yeah, I'm telling you guys, you want to support really good person who builds really good stuff, and keep the community going, you know, as far as all this kind of stuff goes. Definitely get, you know, I would highly recommend a Splawn for sure. So, Aaron Lucas, what's happening? Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Joe Martinez, I have a painting and drywall business. We do power washing also. Great to hear. Love your channel. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, we're hardworking people, aren't we? You know, if you can't play as hard as you work, then, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not worth it. So you got to play hard too, right? Always support a fellow business owner and fellow guitar player. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Brad Shimke, I would put the Splawn Nitro in all of my family photos. I hear you, man. I hear you. Brett Shelver, what's up, man? Says they sound fantastic. All right, so without further ado, I was going to start with a song, but you guys caught me sipping my whiskey here. So I figured, well, I might as well talk and say hello. All right. So let me mute the mic. I'll play some riffs on it, and then I'll do a mix. There you go. It's a couple mixes for you. Whew. Glad I got those out of the way. That last one's always tough. Yeah, man. This is now normally I like you know how dry the Fryettes are. They're just really dry, and a lot of people like that. It's really cool. This is like if the Fryette is the driest amp out there. I don't know if it is. I'm just saying if it is. Compared to that, this is a little less dry, which I like. I like a little bit of juiciness in my amps. I like that kind of, that really nice chewy kind of feel. This has just enough of that, and if you want more, it has the B Plus mod. You hit that, and the amp gets a little more chewier, which I have it on right now. So, and it drops the volume just a hair, but it gives it that nice compression and a little more chewiness, so I really like that. Adds a little oil to it, if that makes sense. And it's dry enough to be articulate, and I mean, especially with the palm mutes and all the riffs and all that, they jump off the fretboard. I mean, the riffs are just so, like, articulate, and you, like, as a listener, you know exactly what I'm playing. There's no mud, there's no filth, there's no connection with the notes, there's no hair, you know, it's just really tight, but it's got just enough juice. I don't know how Scott did it, but he gave it just enough juice to kind of keep it so that it's a little bit forgiving, but still very articulate, if that makes sense. So if you're looking for something like that, this is the amp that you want to play, honestly. I mean, it is so much fun to play. And it's so rewarding because, again, like everything that I do, I can hear it so clearly, even my mistakes. But that's a good thing because it makes you a better player. But it is a bit forgiving, like I said. I mean, the attack, the percussive attack when your pick hits the string, it's like a knife with a fist behind it. It's just like a little bit of blade sticking out. You know, it's got that really nice cut, but that punch right behind it, and that low end is just huge. So I really love the percussiveness of this amp. That was one of the things I noticed about it when I first played it, is the very thick pick attack. It's very thick and heavy, but percussive and clear at the same time. I don't know how he did it. It's the Colonel's secret recipe, right? But man, does this freaking thing sound amazing. Can you imagine this double tracked in a mix? I mean, it's like one of the most precise amps I've played. And I think if you even quad tracked it, your riffs would still be nice and articulate, but they would have that grit and that fullness to them, and it would just be very clear and concise what you're doing. And you could probably even see the transients almost as if it's a direct track. I mean, that's just amazing, you know. Very happy with it. Let me catch up to you guys here. Dust Devil, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Let's see here. Just trying to catch up to you guys here. What cab are you using, Brad asks? I'm using the diesel 212. Yep, with the G12s in it. That cab is amazing. Oh, Chicago Todd, you said you're still working. All right, we will catch you on the rewatch, buddy. Good to hear from you. Warm Chord, love how tight that amp sounds. That's a big deal for me, dude. You would love this amp, Jay. I'm telling you, man, this amp is right up your alley, big time. It's got plenty of gain, plenty of attack, and lots of articulation. It does the chuggy stuff, as you heard, really well, but it does that really fast, picking, kind of crazy stuff good as well. Let me do some of that for you. 1 second. Yeah, it totally works. Totally freaking works, man. I'm digging it big time. I'll do some more mixes for you guys in a few. Let's see here. Sean Casey, killer sounding amp. Thank you. And Brett Shaver, yeah, you're right. It sounds incredible. It really does. I got to give all the props to Scott, man. He made a freaking really ridiculous amp. James Miller, what's going on, man? Saw the stank face. You look really comfortable playing this amp, and it sounds killer. Thank you. Yeah, any amp that makes me gives me stank face, man, you know it's a good thing, man. It really is. And these tubes, like the whole room, it smells like nice fresh tubes in here. It smells amazing in here. I love it. Joe Martinez, if you guys could pick one head from his setup, which one would it be? Oh, that's a good question. I'd like to see their answers to that. That would be cool. Jason Lewis, with all due respect to the many other amps which are all killer, in my opinion, this Nitro is the pinnacle of Tone Wars Jarrod tone. Oh, wow. Meaning, to my ears, this would be your signature amp. Ah, thanks for commenting. It's definitely something I would consider, that's for sure. Thank you. Yeah, this amp really does a lot of great things, man. It's got just enough of all the stuff that I love, and then some, and some to spare, you know what I mean? It's funny, like the more I play, the more I tend to, I don't like super dry amps, but it's when you acclimate to a drier amp, it's like, wow, I can hear everything I'm doing so well. This is great, you know, and it's very rewarding to play these. And again, this isn't the driest amp I've ever played, but I think it's got the perfect amount of dryness and a little bit of oil in there. You know what I mean? A little bit of juiciness. It's great, man. Let's see here. It's so creamy and smooth. Christopher says, I love it. Thank you. Yeah, it is, man. It's a great amp. Joe Martinez, what's the diesel sound? I'm not too familiar. Good question. I mean, that's a very unique amp as well. Unfortunately, I can't hook that one up tonight because all the cables that are associated with the diesel are the ones I use for guest amps, even though this is not a guest amp, it's a member of the family now, but I got to find a spot for it. And then just so you guys know too, Super Bowl Sunday, we're going to have our own Super Bowl here. Carrie and I are going to be joining you guys, and we're going to have an amp Super Bowl. So we're going to do the gauntlet, have some food and some snacks and drinks and whatever, and just go live and hang out with you guys, you know. So I think that would be kind of fun. So stay tuned for that. And we'll just have some fun that day. We'll have our AMP Super Bowl. And we'll run them all against each other. I think it'll be fun. Brad Peel says, how is the feel versus the Kraken? What other amp of yours is it most similar to? That's a good question. Without having them side by side, the feel compared to the Kraken's a little wetter. Okay, I'll give the Kraken's definitely a little wetter, but it's a darker amp. The feel is kind of similar to the EVH Stealth, I would say. It's a bit similar to that, even though the amps are pretty different from each other. The EVH Stealth and this, they're very percussive and aggressive, you know, amps. This has a different kind of aggression than the EVH. It's just so Yeah, off the top of my head, that's the best answer I can give you. Let's see. Frailty Lives, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you here. Warmcore, the Splawn is the most rev-like, which is my favorite amp. So this one would be my pick, although I haven't played one yet. Oh, dude, next time we get together, well, you still got to play the Diesel. You got to play that and the Splawn. So that'll be fun, man. Joe Martinez, any fans of the EVH Stealth 100 watt? Oh, I love that amp. That is a freaking killer amp. It really is. Jason Lewis, can you play the Helix patch with the chorus like on Eternal Deception through this beast? I'd like to hear an affected riff for reference, please. Major kudos and congrats to you, sir. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, you know what? I do have... So are you talking about like a dirty sound? Because I didn't dial in the clean yet, but I can do like a dirty sound with some chorus on it for you. I'll be happy to do that. It's a little bit of delay too, but you know what I can do? I'll turn the delay off so that you can hear just the chorus. Okay? Give me 1 second here, okay? So there you go. So I will do it again. I'll just do a quick riff with the chorus on, and then I'll turn the chorus off so you can hear that too. 1 second. So there you go. That's what that is. So yeah, I got the chorus. It's set so it's not super shimmery. I don't like that sheen. You know, I like a nice thick kind of dark chorus. It's subtle, but in the room you probably notice it a little more. But yeah, so that's basically what that is. You'll hear a little bit of Eternal Deception tonight when I play the pictures of Scott's shop for you guys. So yeah, I'll do that in a second here. Looks like we got enough people here, so let me do that. Let me just play. I put together a little montage of pictures with some music for you guys so that you can see what Scott Splawn's shop is like, and I just thought that would be cool. I love this stuff, and we're all nerds and guitar geeks and gear nerds, so why not enjoy a little montage of some pictures of his shop, okay? And he took these today, so just for you guys, all right? So 1 second here, let me get that going for you. Okay, that was cool. I was so appreciative of him sending those over to me. That was really cool. And he wanted to do this for you guys so you can enjoy that. And, you know, it's kind of cool because, like, I learned a lot just by looking at the pictures. Like, I forgot he makes guitars, too, you know. And from what I hear, they're really good. He makes really good guitars. You know what I noticed in the pictures too is a lot of the woodworking. Like, you know how, like, some companies, they actually farm it out, you know, the woodworking. They're kind of like, oh, send us some blanks and we'll, you know what I mean, we'll fill them with our electronics. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I get it, you know, production. But with him, he does everything. So, like, all the wood in this cabinet here, he did it. He cut it. He fitted it. He glued it all together and did the finger grooves. And, like, I mean, the guy's a woodworking guy, too. You know what I mean? So it's like he's not only a master electrician and does all the electrical work and all that, and the Tolexing, you know, and the wiring and all the stuff, but he actually cuts all the wood and fits it all himself as well. And, I mean, that's just really cool. Like, one of the things I really like about his company, too, is, like, when you call there, you talk to him. You talk to Scott Splawn himself, you know. So you're talking to the guy who's actually going to create from scratch your product, you know, whether it's a quick rod or, you know, the Nitro or the other ones that he has. I mean, it's or the guitars, the cabinets. It's all made by scratch, from scratch by him, and I just think that's cool. And his fingerprints are all over every part and piece of everything that you get from him, and I think that that is amazing. So if you want to support like a master craftsman, that it's not an assembly line, which again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I mean a guy that's going to make your product from scratch, 100% of it, you know, I think that's a great company to go to. And again, he's not paying me to say this. I bought this. I bought it. You know, so it's, you know, there's no money changing hands or anything here. My channel's not about that. And if it was, if people do pay me to do stuff, I'll tell you, but that's not the case. I paid him. But I love what he does so much that I want to share it with you guys. And there's some boutique amp companies out there that charge twice as much, and you get one channel. You know, and I'm sure the amp is amazing, but not all of us can afford to spend that much money on a one-channel amp. Whereas, you know, with Scott, it's very affordable. I mean, when you consider the options, the fact that it's handcrafted from scratch by one guy, and it's custom. Again, custom. You pick your Tolex, you pick the front. There's several fronts to pick from, several types of, you know, boxes, you know, that you can pick from. All the Tolex colors, the designs of the Tolex. I like the racing stripes. You know, there's all kinds of other things. I mean, it's just, you pick everything. So this is my amp, my personal amp. I picked even the tubes. I went with the KT88s because I wanted that big low end and that really unique sound. And I said, hey, load up all the switches. I want all the mods. Just throw them all on there. Because I want, you know, if I'm going to buy this, you know, buy a quick, or a Nitro, I want all the trimmings. And that way I can mess with it as I go, you know. So, and we'll go over those in a minute too. So yeah, I just thought it would be cool to share that with you guys. Okay, so Jason, yes, the dirty tone. Oh, good. I'm glad I picked the right one. Carrie likes it a lot. Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh, man. Does Carrie have purple shoes to match? I'm sure she's got a pair somewhere. Glenn Hayden, what's going on? He said Real Horizon Drive or the Helix version. Tonight I'm going with the real one. Yeah, good question. I'm going with the real one tonight. They're both great, but this is kind of like my go-to patch on my Helix, so it's just one of those things, but I could go either way. Which cab are you using, Steve Evencheck says? I'm using the diesel. The diesel with the G12s. Okay, so, all right. Let me have a shot of courage here. And, oh, also, all right, so let me do this right now. We got 37 people here. So I talked to Scott today, and he was kind enough to say, hey, man, would you mind doing a giveaway tonight? I said, not at all. I mean, whatever you want. He's like, how about some swag for your viewers? I said, that would be really kind of you. And I said, how much? He goes, how much do you want? I was like, okay. I said, what do you got, hats and T-shirts? He said, yep, I got hats and T-shirts. I said, how about 5 and 5? He said, no problem. So I can do 10 items. It doesn't matter if it's 10 hats or 10 T-shirts or 8 hats and 2 T-shirts or whatever, however it makes up. But so here's how we're going to do it. The first 10 guys that email me, basically just put Splawn giveaway in the subject line, okay, and then just tell me in the message like what you want and what size you are, okay. Just say hat or T-shirt size, you know, extra large or whatever. So the first 10 people that email me, when I get done with the show, I will forward those emails to Scott. And give me your address too, your name and your shipping address, because he's going to ship them to you. Okay, so so email me. Subject line is Splawn giveaway, and then just in the message, give me your name and address for him to ship it to, and tell me whether you want a hat or a T-shirt, and if it's a T-shirt, tell me what size you wear. I'll forward those to Scott, and he will get those out to you. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. I was going to do some big fancy thing tonight with all that, but I figured I'll just do it that way. It's quick and easy, you know, so that'll be fun. So that was kind of nice of Scott, you know, to do that. Very nice of him. So Oh man, I haven't had whiskey neat in a while. Interesting. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, you encouraged her, didn't you, Mule? Now she wants purple shoes. All right, so, you know, somebody asked me what the clean channel sounds like. I have not dialed it in. Okay, so if you want like a raw clean channel dial in, I'll be happy to do that for you. So bear with me. This is going to be, you know, kind of raw. All right, so I've not touched it. 1 second, okay? There you go, clean channel. There, I'll go back to the fun channel. Yeah, so I think it's a very usable channel. It's nice and chimey and full, and yeah, very nice. I would probably put a compressor in front of it a little bit. But other than that, yeah, it's good. I put a compressor on most of my clean channels anyways. I like that rounded top end where it kind of keeps all my notes even. And the way I play, I'm not a strummy guy. I'm more of a arpeggiated chord guy when I play clean. So I like that softer attack, you know. But that's to each their own, you know. Jeremy Armstrong, oh, thanks, man. He said, sounds awesome. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Seriously, that really keeps the channel going, man. It's a lot of work to do these videos and these, you know, live streams and stuff. And I really appreciate that very much. I try to do my best, and Carrie, when she's with me as well, we try to do our best to give you the best production, the best sound, and everything that we can, you know. And, yeah, make it enjoyable for everybody. Okay, so let me do another mix with this guitar, and then I'll switch to the other guitar. And I'll do a couple mixes with that. And again, don't forget to email me for the first 10 emails that I get from you guys. My email's in the description, okay? The first 10 emails that I get from you guys, I will forward those to Scott, and he will send you whatever it is that you requested, and make sure you put your address and name and all that in there for him so he can send you that stuff, okay? Code Dan Bear, what's going on, man? He says, sounds like it would rock some 80s hair tones on both channels. Oh, yeah, for sure. This thing will definitely do 80s stuff, but, man, I'll tell you, it'll do the modern stuff, too. I just did several songs with it, and it's just freaking, it's got all the stuff you need to do all that stuff, too, which I really like. I just got to find my other mix. This is the song that I screwed up royally on the other night. Let me see if I can redeem myself. Oh, this solo, man. This is one of the hardest ones I do. It's one of those ones the whole time I'm playing it. It's a grip and grin session. 1 second.
Oh man, dude. Oh god. This amp is so much fun. It's so rewarding to play. So freaking rewarding to play. You know, when you do stuff right on this amp, it really does put a spotlight on it for you. And like I said, it's got just enough forgiveness for you too. So it's like, it's pretty cool, man. It's like a forgiver and an enabler and a taskmaster at the same time. It's really cool. I'm loving it, man. So good. I think that if I was to record in the studio right now, I'm a big believer in dual amp recording, you know, or even triple, you know, for the Metallica thing, you know, left and right and center. But this would have to be one of the amps that I record with because it's got that articulation. It really makes the notes stand out and the riffs stand out so people know what I'm playing. And I think the word I'm looking for a lot of what this amp does is authority. There's a huge amount of authority in the riffs that I'm playing. Like, there's just a very direct kind of, like, you know, authoritative, like, attack on the notes, but tons of punch with it as well. I mean, seriously, in the room, I have to tell you guys what I'm experiencing in the room. This thing sounds huge. I mean, the cab, I told Scott today, I said, this thing is like the cab exploder. He was laughing. I said, it sounds like my cab is about to explode into a billion pieces right now. I mean, that wood is probably just, you know, those finger joints are probably just hanging on for dear life. I mean, the amount of resonance and low end that's coming out of this amp is amazing. And here's the thing, too, like,
the low end in this amp is not mushy and it's not muddy. It's very just boomy and resonant. You know, if that makes sense, it doesn't have that mush and that mud and flubbiness. It's not like that at all. It just has a big sound, you know. So I don't know if it's the tubes I chose or whatever, but if you want it to sound like this, the KT88s are the way to go. And man, they are beautiful. I can see them glowing through here. And in the back, oh my God. Yeah, the tubes are huge. You can see them from, I bet you from the space station, they can see these freaking tubes. I mean, they're so big, you know. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Oh, Jason Taylor, he wants the Sphinx. All right, dude. I will happily play the Sphinx for you. I got to play my purple guitar anyways, right? I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, if I don't play my purple guitar tonight, that would just be a travesty. I got a purple amp, purple lights, and purple's my favorite color. And got to get a purple guitar. Yeah. Thanks for suggesting that, Jason. And as always, it's great to see you here. Let me tune. Make sure I'm in tune here. I've had the temperature changes in the house lately, just to kind of keep up with. When I come down here, it gets hot, so I turn the heat all the way down almost. Down to like 62 or whatever when I'm down here, because it gets warm. Alright, I am tuned up. Yeah, Sphinx is a good song to try this amp out on too, because it's got that chunky beginning. So let me find the Sphinx for you, sir. Yes, indeed, we shall do the Sphinx. Where are you, Sphinx? There you are. A little bit of Sean Connery there for you. It's quite good. My name's Bond, James Bond, and we should play the Sphinx now. Thank you. Shall regale you with some riffs on the guitar. Let me mute the mic, sir. Here we go. Oh, I always get a charge out of that song. And just so you guys know, I write a lot of these songs. These riffs start out as tire kicking riffs for me to check the amps out, you know. And I just try to make them musical, you know, so that they're entertaining for me to play and for you to listen to. And then they always grow into a song. Like all the riffs, all these, oh, not all of them, but most of the songs that you hear on the show are all tire kicking riffs that I turned into something that was musical to check amps out with. And I started evolving them into that, and I was like, well, let me put drums, bass, keys, whatever to them, and I'll write a solo. That way, when you hear the amp, you're hearing me play through it, and hopefully it's entertaining. Hopefully it's enjoyable for you guys. It's enjoyable for me to play, that's for sure. But you're hearing rhythms, you're hearing solos, you're hearing chunky stuff, you're hearing chords, you're hearing tight riffs and runs and stuff. And I do all that on purpose so that you can really hear what the amp could do in all those scenarios and in a mix. So that's kind of why I do it that way. So I'm glad that you guys enjoy this, because I do too, man. I freaking love playing these songs. They're fun to play, and they're always a challenge. Every time I play these songs, I'm always like, well, I hope I play this right. It's always a challenge for me. So it's always good to write outside of your abilities, because that keeps you sharp, right? So seriously, like, I don't ever breeze through these songs. They're always like, you know, like, oh man, play it right, you know? Jason says, that's why I was requesting. I knew you were switching guitars. Yeah, I got one more mix for you on this guitar too. Jason Lewis says, I emailed you a few minutes ago and then looked at the Splawn site. Those prices are great. Between you and Michael Sweet, Striper, Sweet, and Lynch. Oh yeah, I'm sold. Saving a little longer now for one. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Jason. Seriously, like, I mean, the thing is, it's nice about this is, like, where else can you go to get an affordable custom amp? Like, he's got mods, so make sure you talk to him about all the mods. You can pick your tubes. You can pick all the mods that he has. Like, if you want the mid-cut switch, you can have that. If you want, I think the old new switch is on them. So it changes the voicing slightly. I'll go over those in a minute. And I would highly recommend the B+, because the B+ is amazing. Like, I like a very chewy, compressed amp. So with the B+ on this amp, is what you get is something that is still has a really nice dry, but like I said, not too dry, but a drier texture. But with that B+, it gives you that sag, just enough of that chewiness, but it retains that awesome sound. You know what I mean? So it doesn't change the sound a ton. It'll compress down a little bit volume-wise, but the rest of it, but it's very full. You know, it's got a very full sound. It feels great. And it has that chewy, like, pick. I feel like the pick is like digging into the strings when I'm playing, and it just feels amazing. So, but man, when you play this, and like I said, you guys with the two mics, I got the Royer R10 and the SM57 on it, not doing it justice. In the room, this thing is blowing my head off. I mean, it's just incredible. I was playing earlier, and I had little pieces of my ceiling, probably some dust or whatever, like falling down. I could see it, you know, like leaves in the fall. I'm like, holy crap, that's cool. Yeah, it was kind of nice, you know. It definitely cuts. Cole says, yeah, it does, man. Sell that amp like Esteban would. It's a very good amp. That's funny. Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, it's a nice clean too. Yeah, you're right. It's a very nice clean. It's very usable. Let's see here. Steve Venchek, I see on the Splawn site that Motor City Guitar is an authorized dealer. Yeah, they are. And they actually have one of these. If you don't want to wait, they actually have a Splawn Nitro there. I actually had it on the show. It's red and black. It's a little different look than this one, but it's got the KT88s in it. And that's what made me order this. You know, and they have one there, and they'll get you a really good deal on it if you want it. I mean, it's been there for a bit. It's brand new. It's brand new amp. It's been there for a little bit, but it's, you know, it's a brand new amp. It's still a new amp, but it's been there a while. So maybe you can see work out a deal with them. Click on the link below and order it, and then email Marty and talk to him. You know, but I'm sure they'll make you happy with that. You know, man, I'm telling you, if you want the amp that made me fall in love with Splawn, that's the one that's there. So look it up. It's the Splawn Nitro. It's red and black, and it's got like the V-shaped front. And it's got the KT88s in it, and that amp is just awesome. So let's see here. Is that an Evertune bridge in your CG's asking? Is that an Evertune bridge? No, this is it's a floating trem. It's the one that Ernie bought. It's their own version of a floating trem. I love this bridge. It's one of the best bridges. It is the best bridge I've ever played. For me, for my style. You know, I love it. He always skips me. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to. I get so many comments. It's hard to keep up with them all sometimes. But yeah, it's just a standard Ernie Ball bridge that they make for their guitars. You know, like the Majesties and JPs. I love it. It feels great. It sharps and flattens. Does everything that I like. So it's awesome. And I have the whatchamacallit, the locking tuners, so I don't need the locking nut, so it really keeps it nice. It keeps it in tune for me. But where are we at here? 9:14. So we're on for a little bit. I'll be on for a little bit more. So here's what I can do. I got one more mix in me. Why not? Maybe two, depending. Killer lead tone, Sean says. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it just sounds great, man. It really does. Let me do this one here. I haven't practiced this one in a while. Hopefully I can get through it without screwing it up. Hang on. There we go. Jeff wants the summer song. You know, I don't know that one. That's a great song, though. That's if I knew it, I'd play it for you. But yeah, I don't know it. I don't know the solo. It's a good suggestion, though. I love that song. Every time it comes on, I have to listen to it. You know, it's one of his best ones, if you ask me. That and Circles. I love Circles, and of course, Satch Boogie and Surfing. You know, all great stuff. Sean Casey, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that very much. Jason Lewis, so what's the chance of an upcoming show with stereo rigs with combos of the amps you own? Oh, man. That's a great suggestion. I wonder if I could make that happen with the switcher. I'd probably have to run one amp through the switcher and one just on its own through something else. But that's definitely a good suggestion. I'm going to have to look into that, buddy. That's a great suggestion, in fact. I'll have to figure out a way to run some of my amps. I have another smaller switcher. I can run that with like an AB. Maybe I can run those to one cab. At least I'll have 2 on one side and 6 on the other, and maybe I can make that happen with 2 different cabs and 8 amps. I mean, I'll have to think about that. That would be a pretty big undertaking, but I think it would be worth it, because holy crap, would that be amazing. Yeah, I'll have to put some effort into that. That might be a while, but great suggestion. I'm gonna put it up in the old memory bank here. I like that. I think it would be fun. Steve Venchek, does the amp also accept EL34 or 6L6? I know it does ELs. I'm not sure about 6L6, but he can do the KTs or the ELs. I don't want to speak for Scott, but I don't in my vast ignorance of how amps are built, I'm thinking he probably could do a 6L6, but I'm not sure. That's definitely a question for Scott. Dave Rebell, what's up, buddy? He says he loves the tone. Thank you. Let's see here. I hope, CG, I hope I got your question answered for you, buddy. I never want anybody to feel ignored. You guys are all 100% important to me here. Okay, so... all right, well, it's 9:21. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over a couple of the features. Like I'll do the mid cut switch. The other ones are more of a feel thing, like the new and old, and then the B plus is also like more of a feel thing. It does compress down a little bit, but I'll do the mid cut for you so you can hear that. And then we'll hang out for a few more minutes, and I'm gonna go get some food. All right. So right now the mid cut is off. All right. So I'm just gonna play a riff and turn it on. Just give me 1 second here. So that's the mid cut. It's pretty subtle probably on YouTube, but in the room it's pretty noticeable. I do have the mids pushed. They're at 3 o'clock on the amp. Reason why is when I talked to Scott about the KT88s, he said, well, just so you know, like KT88s don't have any mids in them. If you look at them on a scope, you'll see the mids are dipped out. It's just the way they are. Doesn't mean the amp has no mids. The amp still has mids in it, but in the power section, there's a little bit of lack of the mids. So what you do is you push the mids in the preamp section, and it kind of attenuates for that. So it was nice to know, you know what I mean, that he told me that, so I'd be prepared. So and if I dipped the mids down to noon, and hit that switch, it would probably be more noticeable. Let me try that. 1 second. Yeah, it was a little more noticeable when I dipped the mids down to the middle, but I kind of like them where they're at because it on the knob it looks like I'm really pushing them, but I'm really not. I'm just making up for what the KT88s don't have in them. So it's kind of nice. Again, I would always recommend looking into like whatever tubes you get. Are they mid heavy? Are they, you know, what kind of frequencies are they pushing? You know, and then attenuate for that. You know, when you get the amp, because some guys don't know. I didn't know. I was glad I talked to him about that because sometimes you don't know. You're like, man, this amp sounds really scooped, and I'm putting my, you know, I got my mids normally where they're at 10 o'clock. It's like, well, on that amp, because of the tubes that you have and maybe the voicing, you got to crank them up to 3 o'clock. It might look unnatural, but it sounds natural. Just depends, you know. So, anyways, hang out for a few more minutes here, and I'm going to get some food. Let's see here. Jason Lewis, that would be amazing. But just allow us to live through you. Oh, cool, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I seriously, if I can do that with the twin amps and or stereo amps and stuff with 2 different cabs and mic that up and show you what it sounds like, hell yes, man. That would be a really fun experiment. I know minimally I can at least do a thing where I record, you know, a riff with a full mix and you know, record one amp on one side and one on the other to the same cabinet and mics. I think that would be cool too. I do want to do that in the future. It's just a matter of getting around to it. So like I can go, well, what would it be like to put a Splawn and an Ingle Savage together? Here we go, you know, and just see how brutal it would sound. Because every amp's got its own thing going on. When you mix it with another one, you always get good results. I mean, I have yet to find bad results. I'm sure there's exceptions to that, but with all these, oh man, you know it's going to sound amazing. CG says, my wife and I discovered your channel searching for info on the Harley Benton cabinets. Oh, cool. And kept missing the live streams. Glad I finally caught one. Awesome, dude. I'm glad you're here. Glad you caught it too. Yeah, the Harley Benton's a great cab. I got one upstairs. I think it's one of the best cabs for the money for sure. Can't go wrong with it, man. You ended up getting the 4x12, huh? The Celestian Vintage 30s. Couldn't be happier. Love the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yeah, you made a good purchase. Like, seriously, that is a fantastic cab. There's nothing wrong with getting one of those at all. I think they're really freaking good cabs. So congratulations, man. I'm glad I could help you. Let's see here. James Miller sent you an email like a dummy. Didn't include my contact info, so I sent you another. Hope I didn't lose my place in line. No worries, dude. I'll just consider your first one you're the one, and then yeah, that's fine. So wherever that one is. So and I apologize if people didn't get picked. I really do. I'm really gonna go first come first serve on it. Send them off to Scott. And it is what it is, and I apologize for anybody who didn't get it, but that's the best, fairest way to do it, right? So, but yeah, whoever emailed the first 10, you just tell me what you want with your address and everything, and I'll make sure Scott gets it and you get your swag. So I thought that was really cool of Scott to do. CS says, I forgot to put my name in the email, but everything else is there. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, am I getting CS and CG confused? See, I'm not wearing my glasses, so a lot of times I will do that. Because like the letters all look blurry to me right now, so that's why it looks like I'm illiterate when I'm reading comments when we're live. I'm literally like making out shapes right now when I'm looking at these. Matt Force, what's up, man? He says, "Congrats, sounds awesome. Thank you." Well, if it wasn't for you, dude, I wouldn't have gotten this. You know, because you're the one that told me to take home that Nitro. And I tried it out and fell in love with it. So I had to call Scott and order a custom one and all my favorite stuff. So yeah. And by the way, that reminds me, you guys, I'm going live tomorrow night with the new EVH LBX Stealth. Motor City just got them in. So if you're interested, if you've been waiting for one, click the link that I have in my description, and you go to the store and order one. If you're, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just saying, like, if you're in need of one of those amps and you've been waiting for one because they're hard to find, Motor City just got a bunch in, and you can order one right now and have it to you. And if you live outside the state of Michigan, you don't pay sales tax. And from what I hear, they're awesome. And I'm going live with that tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So I'll be live with the LBX tomorrow at 8, and I'm going to set this room up so that I can have all of my smaller amps. Let's see, I got the Mesa Mark 525, and then I have, of course, the MT15. So we're going to run all three of those against each other tomorrow and just have some fun with it and just see how it compares. And we'll also see how it compares to the 50-watt version. I'm sure it's going to be great. So tune in tomorrow night, and we'll hang out again. It's a special night. I'm doing 2 live streams this week with new amps because, I mean, the Splawn just showed up on my doorstep last night, and I'm like, oh my god, so had to do that. But I'm happy to do the EVH Stealth Lunchbox tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow night for that, 8 o'clock, and we'll hang out and have a good time with that. So, okay. Yes, I figured that was the case. Yeah, thanks for understanding. Yeah, literally, like, I don't read now. I make out shapes, and I that looks like a word, you know, this or that, you know. It's kind of how I read when I don't have my glasses on. And I tell you, my eyes faded quick, man. Several years ago, I noticed they were getting a little blurry, and then all of a sudden, one day I got up and looked, and I'm like, wow, I need glasses. Like, it sucked. Anyway, well, it's 9:30. I've been on for an hour and a half. Let me make sure I did everything. I did the switch. I played a lot of mixes tonight. And I did. Let's see. I did the unboxing video. I did the studio, the shop tour, pictures, and yeah, I think I covered everything. I did the clean channel. I wasn't even planning on doing that tonight. So yeah. That was great. Thanks guys for stopping by and hanging out with me tonight. And like I said, if you, I'm definitely not discouraging you or encouraging you either way. But if you want to get this amp, like it's the red and black one over at Motor City, they have it right now, and it's got the KT88s. And it doesn't have the B+ mod, but I mean, if that doesn't matter to you, get that. You don't have to wait for it to be built. You can just have it shipped to you, and I'm sure Motor City will be happy to send you that. And that's the amp that started my Splawn, cravings. So it's a worthy amplifier for sure. And again, feel free to tune in tomorrow night at 8. I'll be going live with the EVH Lunchbox Stealth, and let's see how it compares to the 50-watt. Let's just see. I mean, I'll be honest with you and let you know. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I love the Stealth. It's the best amp they've ever built, in my opinion. And I'm pretty sure that I'm really sure that the Lunchbox is going to be really good too. So, Lunchbox amps have become real popular, especially with guys that gig out a lot and don't want to carry a bunch of heavy stuff. I totally get it. They're very affordable, lightweight, small, and they sound great. So, nothing wrong with rocking one of those. Okay, so Daryl McMillan, what's going on? He said, later, thanks for the hang. Thanks for being here, buddy. I appreciate it very much. Let's see here. Box Pathfinder, you're welcome, buddy. Thanks for being here. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I know there's all kinds of different channels and places you could be on these nights, and I am honored and privileged to have you here and hanging out with me. I very much appreciate each and every one of you showing up. And if you really want to support the channel big time, you know, super chats are always welcome and appreciated very much. I sell KEMPER profiles on my site, tonewars.com, HELIX presets also. And obviously, if you need gear, go to Motor City. They're the best store in the country. They're an amazing store. They're awesome. They got great deals, a lot of good gear there, and the staff is amazing. You'll enjoy working with them on stuff, and you don't pay sales tax outside the state of Michigan, and it helps the channel as well. So like I said, if you're going to buy gear anyways, why not do it in a way where you're helping an amazing store owned by a good guy, great staff, and then you can help my channel out a little bit too. So doesn't cost you anything extra, so that's what's nice about it. Anyways, well, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Every day's a gift, and thank you so much for spending part of yours with me. And I will see you guys tomorrow night at 8, and then Sunday at 7 o'clock with Carrie. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon.